Morning everyone. In today's video, let us discuss about the recursion concept in C language. First of all, let me explain you what is recursion. Recursion is nothing but it is a function call. It is a function which is calling itself repeatedly. The process of execution of a function calling itself again and again. Okay, and this process is called as a recursion, a cycle which is repeatedly executed by itself on its own is called as recursion. So let me define the definition of the recursion over here. Recursion is the process of repeating itself in a self-similar way. Okay, which is executing itself on its own function, which is calling itself as many times as required. That is called as recursion. So in programming language as well, if a program allows you to call a function inside the same function, that type of function call is called as recursive function call. So here is a given example. A function is named as recursion, which is inside the function body, it is calling itself, is called as this type of function call is called as recursion. So here I want to discuss the recursion concept with the help of a Fibonacci series and see. So let me explain you what is this series all about. This series is nothing but a series of numbers which is the resultant of sum of the previous two numbers, right? For example, how this series works, let me explain it. This series will be in this form it is going to represent, but the same representation will be done with the help of the C program. First, let me explain you what is this series all about. It's nothing but you first consider the user will be considering, or the two first values will be given to the user. Let me say that 0 and 1 are the two first integers that will be given to the user, and the rest of them will be appeared by the summation of the previous two numbers. Okay, for example, 0 plus 1, the resultant is 1. Now the previous two digits will be 1 and 1. Adding these two, 1 plus 1, the result is 2. Now the previous two before appearing the next result is 1 and 2. When I sum up 1 and 2, okay, in this case the result is 3. When I sum up 2 and 3, the result is 5. So likewise the series goes on, and the series while execution, the final resultant. So here after 34, when I add up 21 and 34 together, the result would be 55. So likewise the series goes on. Okay, so let me share you the C program. How does it? So here is a Fibonacci series program written for you. I've already written it for you so that I can explain it as early as possible. So as I told you, the first two integers or the first two values will be given to the user. So I have considered the values as n1 and n2. Okay, and there is a print Fibonacci is a function name that I have considered, and inside that print Fibonacci function I'm calling itself again and again. Why is it done so? To see or to explain the concept of recursion. So what is happening over here is the condition is being tested. The n value should be greater than 0, then only it is going to execute. N3 is equal to n1 plus n2, means 0 plus 1, the result is 1. Again the values will be shuffled. I need to move n1 and n2. The most recent two values will be holded by n1 and n2. So for that swapping I am considering here n1 and n2, and n3 value will be stored in n2 now. So the swapping of the values is being taken place over here. Likewise it is simultaneously printing the result as well. How long it is going to do so? It is going to print the values till the last but not the least. Okay, n minus 1. Here the user will be asked to how many elements the user is willing to print. Suppose I want to print the Fibonacci series for first 10 digits or first 10 numbers. So at that time, 0 and 1 will be the first values that will be given already. Okay. Then I'm making a function call over there, print Fibonacci n minus 2. Why n minus 2? Because already 0 and 1 values are already available to the user inside the program. And from there, the following values will be represented or printed. Let me show you the execution of this. So here the user will be asked enter the number of elements. So suppose I want to print first 10 digits or 10 numbers of the Fibonacci. So you know that 0 and 1 were already given to the user and the rest of the values will be summed up by the following previous two values. So if you count the number of digits over there are totally 10. Alright. So this is your Fibonacci series. How we are getting it? 0 plus 1, 1. 1 plus 1 we are getting 2. 1 plus 2 we are getting at 3. So what are we doing here? We are just summing up the values, the previously previously available last two digits, and then the swapping is taking place for the n1 and n2 representation. So this is about the Fibonacci series. Now coming to the another example of the recursion, it is to find the GCD of any two numbers, any two given numbers. First of all, let me tell you what is GCD. GCD is nothing but greatest common divisors. Okay, and we have various methods for evaluating it mathematically, but coming to the programming, how do we evaluate it? To evaluate the values of the GCD, we need to have the knowledge of the operators in programming in our C program. Then we need to know about the looping statements. If you have an idea of for loop, while loop, and do while, it's well and good, so that you can be easily understanding the concept of GCD of two numbers. Okay. If not this, you must be even having the knowledge of conditional statements in C language, that is if and else if, nested if, ladder if, and so on. Okay, GCD or HCF. Okay, both of them. They are going to result. They are going to give you the greatest common divisor without means exactly whenever we are dividing any two values or two in numbers. So it will be resulting a number without considering the remainder over there. Okay. So let me go with the example in the C program. Now coming to the GCD of two numbers with the help of the C program. So you can see again I have considered a function called as HCF, where I'm passing two parameters for n1 and n2. As I'm passing the parameters of n1 and n2, I'm even considering them as integers of n1 and n2. Enter two positive integers. So we are entering the two positive integers, and these values will be given to the user at the runtime. Okay. Now, how do we perform this GCD? So to perform the GCD of two integers, what am I doing over here is the basic purpose is division of the two integers. Okay, and we don't consider here the remainder and the leftover. The last divisor will become the greatest common divisor. All right. So here is how, as I told you, that if you must be having the knowledge of the functions, operators, and as well as the conditional statements, then looping statements. If necessary, we would be applying there. If not, you can easily go with the recursion statements. All right. So let me show you the execution part of it. So we are going to enter over here our two integers that are exactly divisible by each other. So here I'm taking 56 and 12. So when both of them are getting divided, okay, the last and the greatest common divisor, the leftover one is 4. We are not considering over here a remainder. We will be considering the latest or the greatest, I can say, latest or the greatest common divisor. Alright. So this is the resultant of the GCD. Now, another example I would like to show with respect to recursion, and that is our factorial value. Finding the factorial of a given number. Alright, so how do we do this? In mathematics, we easily do it as factorial of 5. How do we evaluate it? N into n minus 1 factorial means multiples of that particular number in the reverse order. For example, factorial of 5, how do we do it? 5 multiplied by 4 multiplied by 3 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 1, and we all know 0 factorial is also 1, factorial of 1 is also 1. So you must be remembering these points to understand the factorial concept. So let me take you to the program. Here also we are applying the same concept of recursion over here. So now coming to this, I am considering a function called as fact of int, and there the number whose factorial value has to be calculated, that I am entering with the help of the scanf statement. Then that function is called, and finally when the function is evaluating the value, the resultant factorial value will be printed as the output. Now how is it done? So fact of int of n. Okay, there is a function called as fact of int. Now how is this function going to execute? As I told you, the factorial of 0 is 1. So we will be returning the value as 1 over there, right? If not, if the value is 1, so at that time also we will return a value as 1. And the other than 0 and 1, whatever the other values are there, that will be n into factorial of n minus 1. This is a mathematical formula. Same thing we are applying over here. Let us execute it now. So compilation and execution has done. So let me find the factorial of 5. The factorial of 5 is 120. How is it possible? You can multiply 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. You will get the resultant as 120, and that leads to the factorial of a given number 5. So this video is about the explanation of the recursion. Recursion is nothing but a function which is calling itself. So I have considered here various examples of the recursion with respect to Fibonacci series, GCD of any two given numbers, and the recursion with respect to factorial of a given number. Thank you so much. Allahu Akbar.